music was a little much, but.
Oh, drop kicks?
No,
Oh, the other
yeah,
thing,
DJ.
I felt like they really had to stretch that out. They were stretching it out.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Foxborough Planning Board meeting, February 12th, 2026. This meeting is being live streamed by Foxboro Cable Access, and we will have some parties, at least one, zooming in with us remotely tonight. I'm filling in for our vice chairman, who has a case of laryngitis tonight. And why don't we start with some old business, specifically taken out of order. We have the minutes from January 22nd, 2026 meeting. Did everyone have a chance to review those lengthy minutes? And were there any changes submitted? Then I'd accept the motion to accept the meeting's minutes for January 22nd, 2026 as submitted.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
We need to do a roll call vote.
Oh, because Gary's on. All right, roll call vote. Jeff, aye.
Tom, aye.
Ron, aye.
Gary, aye.
Thank you, Gary. All right. Why don't we ask Catherine to give us planner's update?
All right, thank you. Under departmental business, I just want to remind you that this summer is going to be heavy on planning board rules and regulations. We just have several items that we need to update. It hasn't been touched in a couple years, and especially after recent like ADU adoption and things like that, we need to strengthen our processes and our definitions and all that fun stuff. So anybody who's interested in that, let me know, and we can coordinate together. Next up is the Neponset Avenue effort for the overlay district there on the Schneider Electric-owned land. We will be hosting 2 community engagement sessions on February 24th. We're hosting a daytime session here at Town Hall in this room, and then we're also hosting an evening session at the community center because last time there was a pretty large capacity. So we want to make sure that we're flexible for residents, but also that we have that capacity in the evening session, which I would imagine would be heavier. For anybody interested in attending, it'll be the same session. The same materials will be shared with folks. We're just seeking input and feedback at this stage.
On that, you'll be leading those sessions?
Yeah, I'll be leading those sessions.
And basically just yourself? Do you need board members? Are you going to have Bay Colony? Bill going to be here in that capacity?
They're hoping to attend. I will take whatever participation I can get, especially from the folks that are part of the working group, in case people ask me about the thoughts behind certain things, and I may or may not know. But when it comes to the actual substance of what's being presented, I'm happy to just give a cohesive presentation about that.
Do you have times?
I think I would give times, but I don't know them off the top of my head. We've posted it on the Facebook page. There are flyers available at Town Hall, and I'm going to be dropping them off at the community center tomorrow. I want to say it's 11 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. Just want to make sure
What
that
day of the week is that?
it's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Are you going to confirm for me? I can move
Yeah.
on. I can move on for now. If it's not easy, fine.
11 a.m. in Town Hall and 6:30 in the community center.
Great. All right. So the next step is grant projects. It's a really, really busy time of year for grants. I just submitted the grant application for the Mass Trails Bike Path Study, which would connect from, the Mansfield Center area and the World War II Veterans Trail there, all the way north into Walpole, connecting to the Metacomet Greenway. So this is the regional proposal as opposed to the local option that was presented to the planning board. And it was submitted in partnership with the towns of Mansfield and Walpole. We got letters of support from both SERPED, which is Mansfield's regional planning agency, as well as MAPC. So hopefully we'll keep that process going. Even if we're denied again, they're fully aware of who we are now and what we are trying to do, and they seem interested. So We also submitted for a very small Mass Gaming Commission grant. $16,500 was the amount that they allocated for Foxborough this year, and the police chief didn't need any of it, so we just put all of that into the joint tourism effort with Rentham and Plainville. And that whole effort is going to be hopefully transitioning to the private sector after this. The grant funds are definitely going to dry up on that front, so it's time for the largest of businesses within the three towns to determine whether or not the tourism effort is helping them, and if it's enough for them to find a way to keep it going, whether that's through a membership model or sponsorships or whatever the case may be. Our project is underway on the Mass Housing Technical Assistance Grant. We've been working to establish a system to manage and document affordable units of housing in town. The system's being developed for Chestnut Green, but our wonderful consultant is also helping us right now to figure out how to file our units for Walnut Knoll, for example. And as questions come up, I'm shooting them to her, and she's responding. She's very easy to work with, so we're very grateful for that support. And I'm submitting a community planning grant this year for funding to assist in the review of the R15 district as was requested. I think it just makes sense to get some more technical expertise on board for that. And finally, the small business sign and facade program. I'm still waiting on the fully executed state contract. I've sent 2 messages now through the portal requesting it. I can't really start procurement or anything like that until I have the signed contract. So the timing is ticking down. We've got till the end of the fiscal year to spend it, so I'm starting to get a little nervous, but I'm going to keep pushing until I get an answer. World Cup stuff. They're hoping to present to the planning board at the end of this month on February 26th, if that's all right with you all. They just want to give you an overlay or an overview of what's happening at the World Cup. It will have to be an executive session because this is a security sensitive site plan. So we want to make sure that we're protecting the best interests of anybody who's coming to the World Cup games. They're also going to go talk to our department heads on February 25th just to make sure that everybody's voice is heard and they're fully aware of whatever regulations may touch different parts of that plan.
Do we have yet any other items on that February 26th meeting? And should we be meeting, if that's going to be an executive session, should that be rolled back to 6:30 or something like that, just for thought?
So the Penny's Belcher is going to be continued to the 26th. And the only other thing is King bond release was
Yeah, they're requesting the release of the bond for the former fire station funeral home project.
Well, just, you can think about that.
Yeah, maybe at least half hour early.
Or it could go
I think
later.
a half hour might be too little time to really.
Or if it's a light agenda, it could go, at 7:45 or
Sure.
whatever you think. Just,
I have it tentatively written down for 7:30.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep you all apprised of any changes. Let's see, how are we on time? Okay, good. I don't have to dawdle too much further. You're aware that we have 4 items that are going to be going on to the warrant for annual town meeting. They're well underway. We met and we should have final language within the next week or so on the design review district items that we've discussed here and in other settings. Just tightening it up, making sure that it applies to duplexes as well as 3+ unit multifamily and non-residential within the design review district, and making sure that it's more enforceable. So sending it before you all so that you can have an actual determination and say, yeah, you have to do these things, instead of, as it stands now, it being more of a recommendation that's more difficult for our building inspector to enforce. So that's the one item. The second item is housekeeping items, clarifications, definitions, just tightening language here and there. The third item is the adoption of the master plan. And the fourth item is the Neponset Avenue Overlay District, which could change. The only question that's remaining to me, it came up today, do you all typically do one public hearing for all of the articles that come before you, or, okay, so we don't break it into different weeks? It all has to go the same week?
It doesn't have to.
You could do it the other way.
Okay.
If you think it warrants it.
Well, it's just timing-wise, we have 3 that are really ready to go. We can put a bow on them and get them in front of you, like the sooner the better. And they're all ones that I don't foresee being particularly interesting to people, I would say. But then the Neponset Avenue one, I see as being more of a heavy lift, and we might have more voices. So that's the one that I think will need more time.
I don't think the moderator would have a problem with that.
Okay. Anyway, to be worked out on logistics and on the back end, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention. And then that's really all I have for today. I think I've rattled on for long enough.
Okay, well, just a quick check on subdivisions.
There's really not a lot going on right now because of the weather. We have received the bonds for the two subdivisions that we had set bonds for, and recently, so Maple on North Street and Abbey Estates at 206 East Street. They both submitted their bonds, so their lot releases were released. So there, I know that there's been at least one building permit for a lot for each of those subdivisions. So they're going to start going, but right now, because of the weather.
Where's the lot on North Street? Is it at the end of the road?
I'm not sure. I did not look at that.
Have things settled down there? Just with the weather, if not anything else?
Yeah, no, not that I've heard.
Okay.
No.
All right, well, it being on or past 7:05, we have a continued public hearing on a site plan submission for 10 East Belcher Road and 4 Springbrook Road for installation of solar carports. And the applicant has requested a continuance on that to February 26th at
7:05.
7:05. So do we have a motion to accept that request?
I'll make a motion to accept the request to continue the public hearing of the site plan review, 10 East Belcher Road and 4 Springbrook Road to install 8 solar carports to February 26th at 7:05.
I'll second.
Second that.
All right, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor, roll call vote. Jeff, aye.
Tom, aye.
Ron, aye.
Gary, aye.
Gary?
Gary, aye.
Well, I saw his.
Gary, aye.
Very
Okay.
soft, though.
The chairman's prerogative. I saw his mouth move. All right, and now, being on or past 7:06 PM, we have another continued public hearing for a special permit application at 138 Washington Street for a 32-unit industrial condo facility. And Cam?
Good evening, everyone. For the record, my name's Cameron Gray. I'm with Bay Colony Group. So since we last met, we received a review letter from the town's consultant, and we were able to work through that review letter and address all of his comments. And we received a follow-up letter from him on Monday, I believe, of this week. And we addressed all of his issues, and with that, we have nothing else to add.
Okay. Do members, I'm sure you recall where we were at on this, and I think at the time when we held the first hearing, or the first part of the hearing and opened it, that everyone was pretty reasonably satisfied with the submission as it looked at that time. Gary, do you have any comments on this plan?
No, I'm good to go after the last meeting.
Okay. Got it. So any questions of the applicant right now?
I'm good.
All right, then, if that's the case, do we have commentary here?
Not new commentary.
Okay.
We have received a request from the abutter at 140, thank you, And he had requested some plantings, and I'm not sure
Oh,
of
right.
fencing, but
Yes.
it was addressed in the revised plans, right?
Yeah, so he had requested just a row of plantings abutting his
The
property along the
driveway,
driveway. Yep, and we updated the plan to this, provide a row of arborvitae's where we abut his property.
And in addition to standard conditions, do we actually have a list of those additional conditions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one of the conditions that the peer review consultant requested was that we require the notice of illicit discharge form to be signed, and we do that at the first, at the meeting when the project kicks off, the construction kicks off, so.
Okay.
So we'll add that to the conditions,
Okay.
standard conditions.
Well, if there is no further discussion on this application, then I would accept a motion to approve it.
Close the public hearing.
Oh,
There might be someone.
no, is not. Yep.
Have to close the public hearing.
Yep. That would be you.
Oh, what do you need, a motion?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Motion to close the
Um,
public
Close the
hearing.
public
Make a
hearing.
motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second that.
Second that.
Roll call.
Roll call vote there. Jeff, aye.
Tom, aye.
Ron, aye.
Gary, aye.
Heard it that time. All right, so now, there being no further discussion, I would accept the motion on the application itself.
Make a motion to accept the application of the special permit, 138 Washington Street, map 51, parcel 014 of the 32-unit industrial condo facility within 9 buildings.
With the conditions as discussed
As
this
the
evening.
Conditions, as the conditions discussed this evening.
Second.
Okay, there being no further discussion, we'll take a roll call vote on that. Jeff, aye.
Tom, aye.
Ron, aye.
Gary, aye.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. And Stephen, that's kind of it for tonight. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor, Jeff, aye.
Tom, aye.
Ron, aye.
Gary, aye.
Thank you, Gary, for zooming in.
Good evening. Great job, Jeff.